Hey y'all, hey, it's Moany. That's y'all with another video. Today's video is super exciting as always. In today's video, we are going to be talking all about the Reseller'S permit, you guys. This has probably been one of my #1 asked about topics in the comment section down below, in my DMs, during my coaching sessions. You guys have had so many questions about the resale certificate. So of course, I wanted to come on here and to clarify any questions for you guys. But of course, if I don't answer anything, leave that down below in the comment section. Or you guys can go ahead and send me a DM over at Her Hustle Academy. That is my business coaching page. And I'll go through and answer that for you. Also, make sure you guys go ahead and book a coaching session with me. I am now offering not only 1-hour coaching sessions, but 3-hour VIP days, where I really just sit down with you. We create a business strategy, a launch strategy, marketing plan. I'll go through and give you everything that you need to go ahead and launch, or everything that you need to do to go ahead and increase your sales. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Before we hop right on in as well, I just want to mention that I am in no way a legal, accounting, or tax expert. I'm just coming on here, just sharing my research with you guys and sharing my experience when it comes to the Reseller'S permit, you guys. So let's go ahead and hop right on in. I got my notes over here. So what is the Reseller'S permit? The Reseller'S permit grants your business access and permission to buy items at wholesale rates with the intent to resell. So basically, when you guys go online to your local Department of Revenue or your Department of Corporations, depending on state by state, you are going to go ahead and fill out that online application. And I would always recommend doing this after you get your LLC, sole proprietorship, or however you want to do your business structure. And you want to do that also after you get your EIN number. If you mess up this order, I don't think that it's going to harm you in any type of way. But that is definitely the order that I would go ahead and do things, because usually, sometimes state by state, your local Department of Revenue will ask for your EIN number on your Reseller'S permit application. So make sure you just have that out of the way anyway, so that way you're just good to go there. So you are basically, when you have your Reseller'S permit, you are basically buying items from wholesalers non-taxed. So when you have that Reseller'S permit from your local Department of Revenue, from your state, you're basically telling them, hey, I am a established business and I am going through and applying for this Reseller'S permit to go ahead and shop with wholesalers, to buy inventory from them non-taxed. And you're telling them that after I go ahead and sell these items to my customers, I am going to collect sales tax from them, and then I am going to go ahead and file those taxes as well. So that is something super important, you guys. This is not a free-for-all. You don't just get a reseller certificate just so that way you can get access to vendors. It does not work that way, you guys. You have the reseller certificate to buy inventory from wholesalers non-taxed, and you are telling your government or your local state that you are going to go ahead and file those taxes. This is not a free-for-all. You don't just get the resale certificate so you can get access to vendors. That is not how it works at all, you guys. So why is the reseller certificate important? Your reseller certificate grants you access to thousands of vendors and marketplaces without paying taxes, like we said before. If you do not have this resale certificate, you are limiting yourself as a business. Okay, literally, you guys, I literally get this question all the time. How can I get access to vendors without the resale certificate? If you don't want to get a resale certificate, you're basically not building your business on a good foundation. And the reason I say that is because you're not handling your legals, and you need to handle your legals. If you watch any of my videos, you know the importance of handling your legals. If you get caught selling merchandise without your resale certificate, without a business structure, sorry, sis. Just make sure you have everything in order, you guys. So this grants you access to go ahead and shop with vendors without paying taxes. And like I said, you're going to be really limited to the amount of vendors that you can get access to. These vendors are going to ask for your resale certificate, because if they don't, then they're going to have to pay that sales tax. And vendors don't want to have to pay that sales tax, right? So make sure you guys go ahead and handle that as well. Like I said, this is a free-for-all. You do not just get your reseller certificate and then you get access to vendors. No, you need to make sure that you are going through and you are charging your customers sales tax, right? So I'll do a more detailed video on taxes later. If you guys know me, y'all know taxes just really not my thing, but I'm learning a lot more about taxes these days. And after I get, the gist of everything, and after I'm like well established and I confirm all of the information with a CPA or a tax expert, I'll definitely come on here and share it with you guys. But you do not get to keep the money that you get when you collect sales tax. One thing I always recommend, if you have not already, watch my previous video, how to organize your boutique finances, and I will tell you how to go ahead and make sure you are putting those funds aside to make sure that when you do go through and file your taxes, you're just taking that money out of that account, giving it to your government and saying, here you go, bye-bye. Leave me alone. You do not want to get in trouble with the IRS, y'all. You do not want the IRS knocking at your door. So make sure you are going ahead and collecting those sales taxes, putting it in a separate account, and when it is time for you to go ahead and file those taxes, you can go ahead and do that. So how can I get a resale certificate? Funny you may ask. So you want to contact your local Department of Revenue or your local Department of Corporations, I believe it's called. It depends, and it varies state by state. And one thing I also want to outline for you guys and let you guys know as well is that the name Reseller's Permit is different state by state as well. So I know I get tons of DMs like, I can't find the Reseller's Permit. I can't find it with my state. And usually that is because it is called something completely different. So it is best to always contact your local Department of Revenue, local Department of Corporations, whoever handles the sales tax department within your state. So if you can't find that, just type in Georgia sales tax filing or something like that, or Alabama sales tax filing or application or something like that, and you should be able to find your local Department of Revenue that way. That would be the best way to go ahead and find it. Also, I want to mention as well that sometimes these resellers permits are usually free. I live in the state of Florida and ours is free here. And I believe Alabama or Mississippi, I want to say it's Mississippi, charges like $500 for their reseller's permit, you guys. So it really just depends state by state. So I would definitely just go through, do your research, because there's different rules and regulations as well, such as like, when do you file your tax? I know here in the state of Florida, we usually file our taxes quarterly. So we file it after Q1, after Q2, after Q3, after Q4. You go through and you file your taxes, and then I believe there's one that you do annually as well. So you want to make sure to get that handled on the back end, to know your scheduling for filing and all of that good stuff, so you can make sure you're good to go that way. Next question, I just answered it, is when do I have to go ahead and pay my taxes? Like I said earlier, it varies state by state. Most states file each quarter, some states file monthly, some states file yearly. It just really just depends. One thing I put a note here is to keep in mind that sales tax are not the only taxes that you have to file, you guys. This is the mistake that I made recently. Like I said, I'm just not a tax type of girl, but I am slowly learning, and y'all, make sure you are filing not only your state sales tax, but you are also filing your Schedule C as well. That is something super, super, super important. I know a lot of you guys also work full-time jobs, right? I used to work a full-time job, not anymore. That's going to be another video. But for you guys that have full-time jobs and you guys get a W-2, right? That is the form that you have, you know, pertaining to your income tax, right? So the same thing happens with a Schedule C. However, your Schedule C is going to be for those that are self-employed. So even though you have a full-time job, the government still recognizes that as you being self-employed. So you have to also not only file your W-2, you also have to file your Schedule C at the same time you are filing your W-2 as well. So make sure you guys know that as well, because you don't want to get in trouble with the government, y'all. Just make sure you go through and file that as well. One thing I also want to know is, let's say I go through and I get my resale certificate and I don't get any sales. Do I still have to go through and pay and file my taxes? Yes. Even if you have no sales at all, you haven't even launched yet, as soon as you get that resale certificate, you are telling your government that I am an established business, and even if I don't get any sales, I still have to file those taxes, and I'm just going to go through and put 0 for everything. So make sure you guys take that into consideration as well. Like I said, it's not a free-for-all. It's not just so that way you can get access to these vendors and these wholesalers. It is you telling the government the history behind your sales, and if you are going to go through and, you know, file those sales taxes. So make sure you do that as well, you guys. So I think I pretty much covered everything, you guys. I pretty much think I did. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that pertaining to the reseller's permit, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave that down below in the description box. Not the description box, in the comment section, and I'll be sure to answer that for you guys. So I hope that this was helpful. Give me a big thumbs up if this was helpful for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.